My screen is visible to you guys. Okay, so let me first introduce myself. I'm Shubham Devalkar. I have experience as a data analyst in India Bulls, which was in India. So I worked as a data analyst. At that time, we had used Excel as a main primary tool at that time, right? So before we begin, let me have a quick introduction of you guys, and then you can introduce yourself by saying your name, and then we can proceed ahead. And you can also set us that have you ever used Excel in your life or not?
Yeah, I'll go first. My name is Mak'Ouma. I have used Excel for a long time, since 2006. I've been using Excel off and on. So I'm with Excel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shabam. I am Joy Kwamboka. I'm a software developer, but I majored in statistics while I was in campus. So I'm familiar with data analysis using Python and a little bit about Excel, but yeah, I think I'm like familiar. I do get it.
Well, perfect. Thank you. So today we are going to learn about VLOOKUP in Excel. Okay, it's an important function. Okay, at any point of time, if you guys do not understand, you can just raise your hand and let me know. We can stop and explain you that there. So VLOOKUP is something which is called as vertical lookup. So there are two types of searches. One is which goes vertical search and which goes by horizontal search. Okay. So just consider if you can you see my screen? All right. Okay. So just consider that we have this data. Yeah. So just if you see this blue table, we have this data where we have top products, the product code for it, quantity, and price. So this is a simple data set. I hope you understand till this point, right? So this data will have information such as mobile, camera, watches, cosmetic, shoes, all different types of categories are there in this, right? And this is the product code, and this is the quantity, like how many mobile quantity we have in our inventory, and what is the price for each mobile phone, right? So this is, as I mentioned, this is just a simple data set right now. There might be millions of rows in this, right? So how we want to look up for something? For example, just consider that we want to look up for a laptop price, right? So what we can do is we can start by looking up by using, so in Excel in general, these are referred as cells, right? And see, these are the columns which are referred by A, B, C, and these are the cells which we have, right? So for example, now we want to look up for laptop. So if you want to insert any formula in Excel, we just start with placing an equal to sign. Are we here till now? Are you guys understanding? All right. So yeah. So when we put this equal to, we just need to type for VLOOK. As you can see, we get VLOOKUP. We can just click this by using tab. So this initiates, or you can say this loads the formula inside that cell, right? So as you can see, there's this formula VLOOKUP, which you can see it says lookup value. So basically, this means what you need to look up for you in the table. So I'll click on laptop here, which is this cell which will refer. So now you can see it's written C1 here. What does that C1 stand exactly? So this is the C and this is the 1. So this is the value that you're referring currently, right? Then we put comma. Now, after that, you can see which is mentioned as table array. So what does this table array mean? So when you take one value, you need to look for the value in some table, right? So let's search this value in this table. We'll click from here. As you can see, when we click, it goes into red mark and we can just stretch it out till here. So this will select all the table or the information that we need. All right, we can just press comma. Okay. Just let me get back to this. Yeah. So we have selected the table here. All right. So as you can see, it's giving an error because the formula is not complete yet, right? So let me just come back to this here. Now we can, when we see this formula, it says column index. So what are you searching for exactly? As I mentioned earlier, we are looking up for the price. So you can see in this table, this is like 1, the top product, this cell refers to 1, this cell refers to 2, this was for third, and this for 4. So as we are looking up for price, we'll put 4 here, right? Are we here? Are you guys understanding? All right. So now there are two types of match in this. One is exact match, which will look for an exact thing, or another one is an approximation, which will look for an approximate value. For now, we are just looking up for exact match. So let's just put 0 and then complete this formula and press enter. As you can see, the laptop price here is 20 and the laptop price here we wanted was $120. So we get the exact value. So for example, now let's consider that I want to look up for another value, right? So I'll just type down here camera. Okay. Now you can see, as you can see here, the formula is already saved here. You can just pull this and just say, as you can see, 28.95 is the value for camera, right? Okay. So have we guys good till here? Are you guys understanding? This makes sense? Yes, no? Yeah, okay, all right. So let's just try this one more time. So we'll use clothes as this time, all right? And we'll look up for price. Again, we'll put equal to and then look for the formula, which is called VLOOKUP, and then just hold on. So yeah, let me rewrite this because this will give us an error because the word here is wrong. Let me just get back to this and yeah. All right. Again, we'll start again by doing this. We'll put equal to formula. We'll search for the formula, press tab and enter. Again, we'll look up value, we'll look for clothes. And then again, we'll put comma, the table that you want to look up for. This again, comma, what you wanted to search for. We are searching for the price. We'll put 4. And again, we'll put 0 as because we want an exact match. And we'll put enter, right? Same, we can do it for quantity as well. Now, let's just see that the employer wants us to, or the stakeholder wants you to know how many quantity we have in our inventory. We'll use the same formula again. We look up. Then the value that we are looking up for clothes again, and the table and array again. Now, but this time, what we wanted to look for is quantity. So the quantity is first, second, third. We'll put third. Again, we'll put 0 as we want an exact value, enter, and we get the quantity, right? Are we clear till here? All right. Now for the total, it's just simple. We can put this into multiplication. We put star for multiplication, which stands for multiplication in Excel. Yeah, someone has doubt?
I just want to let you know that there's a question that is in the chat, so whether you're able to see it.
Yeah. Let me just see. What is a table array? Okay, let me explain that to you again. So when we use this formula, okay, so when we use VLOOKUP, right, you see this Excel helps us kind of in an indirect way where we complete the formula by typing into it. So now just for an example, we looked up for I'll just type for, I want to look up for, can you see my screen here? I'm so sorry. Can you see Excel? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's just consider a new cell and I want to look up for a new value. Say for example, watches. All right. Now we're going to refer this into G column. Now we put equal to for the sign. We look up. The lookup value is the value that you want to look up or you want to search in the table. All right. We click that here. Now you can, as you asked, what is table array? So just for an example, consider that you want to look up camera inside the table, right? So you need to give Excel the table where you want to exactly search for. So what we can do is we are going to search the exact value here on the table. So this is going to be the table, right? You can see this, the red mark, this is the table array. It has all the information that we need for to look up for the Excel, right? Now, since we have the table array, now is the column index. So column index is something that what exactly are you looking for? Now we looked up for watches. Okay, so the first column is top product, which has the column watches. Now you want to look for price. So which is going to be first is for the top product, second is for the product code, third is for the quantity, and fourth is for the price. Since we are looking for price, we're going to put 4. Again, we put 0 to get an exact match. And yes, are we clear till here? Perfect. Okay, so this was VLOOKUP with we were searching it with the keyword, or we can say we were typing it. Now, for example, we want to, life would be easier if we would have a scroll down or a scroll bar where we have all the products and we just click it and we get it. How we can do that? It's very easy. So for example, we want to go and do this. Now we'll click on data validation, right? And we go down here, put on list. And again, we need to give them the source. This is again a kind of a table index that we give. Okay. So I'll give this as the source, and okay. Now you can see there's a mark over here, which is like a drop-down menu. Again, we put mobile. Now we copy the same formula from here. We paste it down here. It's not going to work. So again, we need to type down the formula again. So again, we go for VLOOKUP, and then we look up for the value. That is going to be the first column. Again, the table array, comma, which is the content that you're looking. That is the price for, and again 0 for the exact value. Right now, if I change this is going to automatically change. As you can see, I put camera. The value for the camera is 28.95. Are we clear till here now? Well, that's all for this session right now. If you have any doubt, any question, please let me know. Missing values. So this missing values either can be, filled up by average or median, but it totally depends on the business scenario as well. So at that time when I was handling the missing values, I could see the data was skewed more towards right. In simple words, if I have from one value from 1 to 10, it had one. So for example, if we have 11 values with us, so the values were from 1 to 10 and 100. So 100 stands as an outlier. So I could not use average because that would not give us the proper value. And we could not even we could either use median, but at that point, at the very business particular moment, what I did is I used KNN imputer. So basically KNN imputer is something which is like, which will give us the value which is more closer to it. So I, filled up all the missing values using KNN imputer. It was little computational, hard on computational because it took time. But in general, when we have missing value, it completely depends on the business scenario. If the data is proper, or if the data is normalized, or if it is standardized, we can either go with median or average, or you can, always look up for like some things like which is called KNN imputer or some other imputations.
Okay, yeah, I do like the response. That's really good. So another follow-up question. So what's your expectation maybe when you get to have a session with these kids, or with the with the audience that you're going to teach? So what's expectation? Are you planning also to do prediction models? Like what do you want to share with them? And maybe what's your expectation in general concerning this role?
So teaching is something which is like, knowledge transfer is which is like makes me always curious. So in terms of expectations, I've been like speaking up with the CEO, and he told me that we have to start from the ground level. So if we start from the scratch, I would expect a lot of things which would be like, there will be a bridge between, or I would say there will be a gap between what I'm teaching and how they are going to understand. But to fill up this gap, what I'll do is properly give them a practical explanation of how this has been used. For example, how we has shown how we can use VLOOKUP in a real world scenario. So this would make a proper sense for them to understand. And if I get a lot of questions, or if there is something which is, there are a lot of doubts which are coming up, I would get a kind of a feeling that, we are on the same track and people are getting curious and trying to know what is exactly happening and how they are going to use.
Yeah, that's all from me. Satisfied with the responses.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me